Welcome to our mindfulness meditation of Monday, April 6th, 2020. This is our first meditation this month, and what we're going to do is we're going to start paying a little bit of attention to our mental health. These days, most of us are dedicating an enormous amount of energy, mental and physical energy, into making sure that our health is protected. However, it's very easy to forget about mental health, and if you just follow statistics, only in North America there's many of us who suffer mental health conditions. Many of those never seek help or treatment. Now, these are extraordinary circumstances, the ones we're living these days. Traumatizing and difficult circumstances can increase our risk of developing anxiety disorders. I would like to start working today on just checking on our anxiety so that we get to the end of this tunnel once we're allowed to once again resume our lives as they used to be, with changes, of course. We can make sure that we're going to get to this point, and through this tunnel, this transition, as best we can, protecting not only our bodies with washing our hands and keeping physical distance from one another, but also making sure that our mental health, our spiritual health continues to be very strong, very steady, as pure as possible. So I invite you to find a comfortable place, a comfortable chair or a bench, a yoga mat, meditation cushion if you have one at home. Last week I showed you the trick of putting one or two pillows under your on your couch in case you sink in too much, so that your posture, especially your spine, can be upright. We want to be comfortable but also fully awake. We want to make sure that our posture is dignified, that we send with our body a message of readiness to the mind, telling the mind we're not simply relaxing, we're not simply resting, but we're meditating. A few things you can do. This bench is a little bit high for me, so I have these yoga blocks that I put under each one of my feet so that I can have a sense of being firmly grounded. I don't want my legs to be just hanging off of the edge of my bench. I like to take my shoes off, even my socks off when I do meditation, and of course you don't have to do that, but it allows me to feel this physical sensation of connectedness with the earth. So I invite you to try that if you haven't, but of course you don't have to do it if you don't want to, if it doesn't resonate with you. So once you've found the right place for today's meditation, you're going to allow the spine to adopt a natural posture, as dignified, as upright as possible. Open up your chest by bringing your shoulder blades together very slightly, and then allow the weight of your arms to gently start pulling your shoulders down on each side of your body. And notice how these muscles right here just start to stretch a little bit. And hopefully that means that your rib cage is expanding, just creating room for your lungs to move freely. Now, another important thing is what you do with your tongue. It's a very long and big organ, the tongue. It's bigger than you think. You can do a lot for your breathing. You can help your breathing by placing the tip of the tongue where the upper teeth meet the palate. And now imagine that you're about to sing an opera, like one of those very, very high operatic notes. Imagine you try to create this cathedral inside your mouth so that your voice has enough resonance so that everyone in the opera hall will be able to hear your voice. Just creating this real vault inside the mouth. Don't let your shoulders go up. And you can increase the size of this cathedral inside your mouth by allowing the tongue to fully relax, as if it were sinking inside the throat, as if you were trying to literally swallow the tongue. You should be able to feel, as you do that, the belly moving, relaxing, hopefully. Now, for your meditation, for our meditation, what we want is to maximize abdominal breathing, deep breaths. Now, many of us will immediately notice our breath right here, in the expansion and contraction of the upper chest, these ribs up here moving, and perhaps even the shoulders moving up and down a little bit. For mindfulness meditation and many other kinds of meditations, deep breath is what we want to achieve. Now, unfortunately, that depends on the diaphragm, which is an involuntary muscle. So how to send instructions to the diaphragm, how to make this involuntary part of your body cooperate. So you cannot send this message consciously as a command, but you can do it indirectly, simply by allowing yourself to follow your breath as if nothing else in the universe were taking place at the moment. The only event taking place in the universe, your breath. So awaken to all these physical sensations. And as you become acquainted with your breath, just really notice, try to expand gently and gradually that point of attention around your breath to everything around it, to all those internal organs that are making your breath possible, from the inside of your nose, the throat, descending into your lungs, and now beyond, as this oxygen that you're inhaling with each breath enters the bloodstream, reaching every cell of the body, bringing this life-giving energy to the whole body and the whole mind with every breath. That's how important each breath is. It touches every cell of your body. It makes possible brain function, therefore the mind. So offer appreciation for each breath, for this gift that we take for granted, and start shifting your attention more and more towards the breath. Allowing the breath to flow without stopping it, without holding it. Ideally in and out only through the nostrils, but you can help with the mouth. Don't struggle with the breath. As you follow your breath, just welcome each breath deeper and deeper into the lungs, not by pushing it down, but by allowing these parts of the body around your lungs, your abdominal muscles, even your shoulders, to relax. Relaxing your facial muscles, relaxing the eyes, letting the vision rest in a fixed spot. Or you can choose to close your eyes if that works for you. Relaxing the shoulders once again, relaxing the full length of the arms, relaxing your hands, relaxing the fingers. Relaxing the legs, the whole length of your legs. Relaxing the feet, the toes. Turning the attention only inwards, towards all bodily sensations as you inhale, whatever you might be able to feel. And those parts of the body you're able to feel, just allow them to relax as you exhale. Once again, notice as you inhale, relax, calm as you exhale. And one last time, in, notice, out, calm. As you take the next breath in, consider all the parts of your body you're not aware of, that you can't feel. And on the exhale, calm those parts as well. In, considering. Out, calming. In, consider. Out, calm. Continue breathing in and out at your own pace. The next breathing exercise is not recommended for anyone who's been diagnosed, even self-diagnosed with PTSD, someone who has experienced trauma and its consequences. Now, if that's the case, I strongly suggest you just don't do this meditative exercise, especially if you're alone at home. Otherwise, just imagine entering a tunnel. You may want to close your eyes to help you visualize this sheer darkness. Just imagine not only the darkness, but any sounds you might hear as you walk all alone into this tunnel. Imagine the smells you might be able to sense with your nose. Imagine the temperature of the air, perhaps a draft, a chill. Walking into a tunnel, not because you chose to walk into it, but because there is no other way forward. We must go through this transition. These days of uncertainty and anxiety might trigger in many of us our fight or flight response. This is a very, very ancient development of our mind, and there is nothing wrong about it. If anything, it's one of those behaviors, one of these developments of the human mind, as well as that of other animals, that has kept us alive. A mechanism which allows us to assess danger, keeps us alive. So there's nothing wrong with that. However, these days, as we perceive this invisible threat all around us, as we are uncertain on how to respond to it at times, even when we know what to do, perhaps we doubt. When we consciously understand that what we're doing is safe, nevertheless, we continue to feel unsafe. This is this simmering anxiety that many of us feel regularly. However, it usually just lasts for a short time. But as we are forced to walk into this tunnel of social isolation, of increased safety measures, this state of simmering anxiety may likely last weeks, even months. So we want to make sure we address this reality. The sooner the better. Continue to walk into this tunnel as we count our breath, and take this opportunity to allow any thoughts about health, any concerns that may arise and that may distract you from today's mindfulness meditation session, anything that might pull you away from your visualization, your breath. Don't push it away. Don't let the fight response take over. In the same way, do not allow the flight response take over. Don't give up. Don't let go of your practice. Instead, see this as an opportunity to practice. Face this perceived danger, this thought about your health, the health of those around you, perhaps financial concerns, any other concerns related to this situation. We're all living together in spite of this isolation. Let it come and let it be the focal point of your mindfulness. Be with the thought. Look at it. Don't push it away. Don't fight it. Don't run away. See what happens as you contemplate this perceived threat in a different way. Now empty your lungs and breathe in, out 10. In, out 9. In, out 8. In, out 7. In, out 6. In, out 5. In, out 4. In, out 3. In, out 2. In, out 1. Now continue breathing in and out at your own breathing cycle. Continue to visualize this walk through a tunnel. And now count your breath, in and out breath. Now, without changing anything, just notice whether the inhalation and the exhalation are of the same length, if the count of both is the same, or either one is longer. If they're the same, acknowledge they're the same, and that's fine. If one is longer than the other, acknowledge which one. Either way is also fine. And for the last few moments of this meditation today, continue to breathe in until your lungs are completely full. Continue to breathe out until your lungs are completely empty, never holding your breath, never pushing air in or out. But as you continue to count, see if you can start lengthening the exhalation, the out breath, adding 1 to the count. If you were exhaling in 3, see what happens as you exhale in 4. And if that feels unnatural, goes back to 3. Otherwise, stay with this lengthened out breath. As you continue, see if you can add another number, always to the out breath, as the in breath continues to be the same. Thank you once again for coming together as this virtual meditation circle today. I'm going to have to adjust the temperature in this room. I'm not used to meditating with long sleeves, so I'll have to consider that for next time. So hopefully that was a worthwhile and meaningful session, and I certainly hope to see you again next Monday as we continue to explore just ways to paying attention, to check our mental health as we walk through this tunnel all together in spite of social distancing. So please be well and keep safe. Thank you.